And welcome to Wandering Through Wayne's World. You know, I love animals, and you guys, I know that most of you are animal lovers. You come to events where we help Humane Society and such. But there's more to having an animal than just having an animal, okay? If you have a dog, one of the concerns that you want to worry about is the dog's training, okay? The dog's ability not to control you, but to control that for you to control the dog. With me is Tracy Heckler from Dogs in Bloom. Hi.
Hi.
And Sasha.
And
Hi.
Sasha.
Hi.
Stay in your own chair, Sasha.
Okay. Sasha is very well trained, actually, and is a secondary visitor to us.
Yes.
So, Dogs in Bloom, training facility? Or you're a dog
actually,
trainer?
I do private. I am a dog trainer. I do private training in people's homes, you know, and of course we go in outside environments to expose the dogs once they move on and learn some basic things. But the reason I go to their homes and don't have them, it's okay, Sasha. Sasha's a little excited for this morning's visit. The reason I go to people's homes is because that's where all the issues lie. You know, I don't go into group classes. We can do group classes with people that have, you know, moved on from like some of the basic scenarios,
Right.
so that they can interact with other dogs, you know, and they can get more exposure that way and help them, you know.
Okay, so, and I understand the home issue because the home is where everything happens. The
Yeah.
dog is brought to the home, they chew furniture, they bark, they jump. These are things that you kind of teach the parents of the dogs
Yes.
so that they can control their own dogs.
Yeah, we get a lot of calls, and this is just super common stuff that people live with for months, they live with it for years, and they don't think that, you know, they just deal with it. They just continue to deal with it because they don't think that there's actually help out there. This is just the way it's going to be, and the people are unhappy, the dogs really aren't that happy, you know, in general, because they're stressed out or they're anxious. Sasha just left, so
Yeah, she had 15 minutes of fame.
yeah, she's
She had
done.
15 minutes of fame. She's not done.
We'll have her come back a little bit.
Okay.
But, you know, a lot of the issues are really basic things like leash pulling and reactivity to other dogs, to humans, you know, going potty in the house, just fearful, anxious dogs, overjoyful jumpers, you know, and these are things that are really actually simple to fix.
What's the, for lack of a better word, what's the biggest thing that people call you on?
Leash pulling is a big one. Leash pulling is a huge one. There's actually a lot of people out there that have stopped walking their dogs because it's so uncomfortable. It's not enjoyable.
Does it happen with small dogs too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm actually working with 2 Chihuahua right now down in Jupiter, and they were big time reactive. You know, I mean, typical Chihuahuas, super cute, very loyal to their owners. I absolutely love them. They're adorable. But their owner was struggling with, you know, she could take them for a walk. They're all over the place, and you know, they see another person or dog or any other activity, and they're lunging and barking, and
They have ADHD.
they do. I know. No.
It's like me. I see something shiny over there.
Here, we'll help you. We'll put this on you as well.
So, training dogs, is it something that once you do the basics, the parents of the dog can now work moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the goal, is to have the owners handle the dogs for 90% of the time that we're with them. You know, because the dogs are going to listen to me pretty much all day long.
Right.
But it's the owners of the dogs that really need to be able to understand. So I show them how to do it. We figure out how the dog is responding to certain techniques, you know, because every single dog is different.
Okay.
You know, I mean, a lot of people will see a dog and this is how we're going to train it, and everybody gets trained the same way, but that doesn't work. It's just like humans. You're not the same as me, clearly.
No. Yes.
Right?
You're much better looking than I am.
Well, thank you. But, you know, so every dog is trained differently. I mean, I myself have an assortment of dogs at my house, and every single one of those dogs also gets trained differently.
So, this is the century-old question. Is it just about positive reinforcement? Because some people think that that's the only thing that works, and I don't buy into that.
No, it's not just about positive reinforcement. I mean, we have, you know, it's probably 90 to 95% of yes and good and games and what motivates a dog, you know, inherently what motivates them. and helping them along and treat training and physical touch and verbal praise. I actually wish that somebody would praise me verbally as much as I praise the dogs that I work with, because I would feel really, really
You're
good.
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you got a bubbly personality.
Good.
Yay for you, yay for you.
Treat. So, yeah, I have an assortment of things on the table here. Sasha.
So let's talk about them.
Sasha. Okay,
Let's talk about this and get this out of the way.
I'll get that out of the way?
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on to this.
Okay.
This is your typical prong collar.
Uh-huh.
It looks like some sort of, torture device. And I get that. People see it and they're like, oh my God. But this is actually designed to not hurt a dog. It has pressure points that go around the dog's neck, okay? And when they're walking down the street, it's pressure off. And then if they need a little information, it's pressure on.
Okay.
Right? Versus your typical, actually I don't even have a regular collar up here. Let me borrow one from my friend Sasha. This is your typical buckle collar. So once it's around the dog's neck, and if they start to pull on it, it's constant pressure, right?
Okay.
And it crushes the dog's trachea. So if you go like this, that's my trachea. It's very uncomfortable.
It's not much better without it.
Thank you. So we try to help people along. Now, we don't have to use prong collars on everybody but I use them on a lot of dogs.
Okay, but this is not, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not a collar for a dog to walk around the house and wear every day.
No.
Okay.
It's basically for training.
A tool.
It's a tool while we're training. It's just like I don't have a leash, on a dog 24/7. Now there are situations, and a lot of the times when a dog is learning within the house, that they can use a drop leash.
What's a drop leash?
A drop leash is that we put a collar on, whether it's a flat collar, a prong collar, and then we attach a leash to it, and then we let the dog walk around the house with it. Observed. Never leave your dog, with any equipment on when you're not home.
Because it can get caught on
It can get caught on something. Yeah, super safe, super important information there. But, when a dog is first, like in the first few weeks of training, say he's jumping, he's counter surfing, along with, all the positive stuff, sometimes we have to give dogs corrections, because I'm big on yes and no. We have to teach a dog what yes and no means.
Yeah, just like a child.
Just like a child, just like people. There's consequences. Finding out that I don't have children, but I find out that a lot of people don't.
A bunch of them at home.
Well, they're four-legged kind.
It's okay.
But they, a lot of people don't want to say no to their kids as well, and maybe we should go down that path.
Let's talk about the training collar.
Okay.
Okay.
This one.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to explain to people, and you can correct me as we go. This is not like, an electric chair, okay? This is not like a stun gun,
No.
okay? It's very mild, and it's...
Do you want to try it on?
Honestly?
Well, I would never use it on your neck.
Okay.
So...
I have learned over my years, never let a woman put a collar on you.
Well, there's quite a few people I know out there that actually could use something like this. So I use Mini Educator. These are professional quality equipment. This is not something, not to knock the big dog, box stores. I
Right.
get a lot of fun things from those stores, but this is quality equipment. So, and it has a range from 0 to 100. And not to make this totally about equipment, but I can give a little example. Now, all the dogs have different working levels, training levels, and then they have a correction level. And again, don't ask me what, if you have a dog, what that training level, working level is going to be. I don't know. We'd have to find it. Because
Okay.
every dog we introduce to the collars, and it's very gentle. People would rather their dogs continue to pull on buckle
chill.
collars. Yeah, and we're not talking about like easygoing dogs. We're talking about the dogs that are severely reactive, that are a danger to their owner. People are getting knocked over, bumped into, they're tripping on their dogs. I've had a couple of clients that actually, had their arms in casts because their dogs inadvertently pulled them down the street and they got knocked over.
And if you guys are living up north, it's even more dangerous when it snows and the ice and stuff.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
have some control of your child, whether it be a four-legged child or a two-legged child.
Right. I'm seeing a lot of leashes on kids now too, those
Right.
backpacks.
I think it's kind of weird, but okay.
I don't know. Sasha might like a monkey backpack.
So this is not It goes from 0 to 100?
It goes from 0 to 100.
All right, so-
And like for Sasha, you know, her range is like, you know, on a 10 to 15 for a working level. Like
Okay.
I can put it on my arm right now. You could see, right? It's on. This is on. Now it's on.
Okay.
Right? And I'm pushing the button. I hardly feel anything, right? But that for her, you know, it doesn't really translate from human to dog, but
It's an annoyance to her.
it's not really an annoyance. It's just kind of going like this. Hey, hey, right? But if I use it for a correction, she's going to feel it more. But we also, all of these things on this table, whether it's a slip lead, a prong collar, a flat collar, everything is combined with foundation work. What's foundation work? Well, we introduce dogs to all of these things. We get their focus. You know, Sasha knows what her name is. I say her name, she's going to look at me. If I say no, because she's learned what no means, and no comes with some sort of a consequence, whether it's a tap on the, you know, this, and it's gentle, you know, she knows what no means. So if I say no, she's going to freeze in her tracks. And she's going to look to me, and she's going to say, okay, now what am I doing next? Give me the next direction. So I show her what the right thing to do is.
So you either say no to her in English or no to her in French?
Yeah, Sasha's trained in French, but it's almost the same. It's non or no.
Okay.
So, yeah, they know what no means in every language. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so when Chase was here last time, we kind of was playing with that, and it's really more like a TENS unit. That we find pleasure in more than
at the chiropractor's office.
Yeah,
that it's actually like that. It's actually a muscle contraction where I think that people they hear. Most of the time, people don't call it an e-collar, they call it a shock collar.
Oh, that's
and
ridiculous.
It sounds terrifying.
Yes, it does sound terrifying.
You know, I mean, there's years ago that I said, you know, I don't want to use that, but then I was trained how to use it, and the results are amazing.
On the table, I had a golden, everybody, you all know, was his favorite toy, which was that little yellow ball. And he would take 3 or 4 in his mouth at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. And his second favorite toys were any stuffed animals that you left lying around.
Right.
He was a stuffed animal freak.
Right.
And he didn't destroy them.
Yeah.
But he carried them everywhere he went.
A lot of dogs will actually destroy a lot of things, though. So stuff like this, this is for playtime. I don't leave these laying around. I didn't actually bring any, like, crate-safe toys or whatever. Like, I use bones, never the cooked bones, never rawhide.
Never chicken.
No live chickens, although Sasha would probably love that. You know, a lot of people feed raw, but that's a whole other subject. But like there's safe toys, you know, safe chew bones, nyla bones, raw bones that are like big raw bones, you know, things like that.
I saw this little clicker thingy.
Yep, the clicker's super fun. Yeah.
Does she hear that?
Yeah,
she hears it?
Yeah, she hears that. Actually, with Sasha, I did something really interesting called free shaping.
Okay.
Which is basically, it's kind of like when you first started out, it's like a game of hot and cold. Like, we could do it with her in the studio. Maybe we should set that up sometime.
Okay.
We should not knock over all your stuff. But it's the way you sit out there with your, you know, the regular dog kibble. And the dog, you know, like we did it in my garage. And there's like, you know, how much stuff is in your garage, right?
Right.
Like 1,000 different things.
Except your car.
Yeah,
Some
well,
people's
yeah,
expensive,
the car wasn't in there. But, you know, whenever they get near an object, you click, they come over and they get food. In the beginning, they don't understand it, but then she learned really fast. So I had to get really challenging. But the clicker, a lot of dogs will, you know, hear this and then receive a treat. So that's the game we played with her. I got her to be like on top of a chair, and that was too easy. So then she went up, she rang a bell, that was too easy. So eventually she started doing it like 3 times and then coming back for food. That's a little advanced. It's not something everybody has to do. It's just like, you know, we just look for fun things to do with our dogs. You know, besides physical activity, it's mental stimulation. And that's another thing that people, I think, miss out on is, well, I don't have time to walk my dog for an hour a day and she's so energetic. If you train, like go into a brain active training session, you know, a sit, a down, a place, you know, a stay, whatever it is, it actually tires a dog out. I mean, think about like when you study for something, you know, and I have to use a lot of brain power to figure something out. It's tiring.
Yep.
Same thing for your dogs.
I'm always exhausted, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Everything seems to be tiring on my mind here.
Yeah.
Especially since I reached this ripe old age of 60.
Oh, well, but I mean, the clicker, again, we use a lot of stuff in the beginning, luring for puppies, bringing them in, like, come, you run backwards and you call, they get a treat. You can establish clicker training with that. You say their name, they look at you, click, because you want the focus to be on you.
Right.
And that's a big thing.
Okay, we're getting to the top of our time.
Okay.
So, how do people find you if they want to get in contact with you, whether it be ask you a question or whether it be bring you in to help with their training?
Okay. Well, currently my website's still under construction, but I am live every day on Facebook, and they could basically just look me up at Dogs in Bloom, type in Stewart after that, and I could leave my number on here.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Go.
You can give me a call at 772-872-1582, and I am happy to hear from everyone, and I have no breed discriminations, puppies, middle-aged dog, all dogs can learn new tricks. I've proven that too. And I'm happy to help everybody, and the consultations are free, so you have nothing to lose, and only things to gain.
We all love animals, but really the whole key is not just loving the animal like a child. It's training the animal to do and control its actions, because its actions can be serious, meaning a dog that pulls or runs away can get easily hit by a car, easily get in a fight with another dog and get hurt. So it's really more for the protection of your child or your pet,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, than it is for anything else. Most people who take on animals take them on as part of the family. And we surely wouldn't want our kids running out in traffic, nor would we want our pets.
Very
With
true.
that, everybody, take care of yourself. Trace, thank you so much for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Sasha, thank you, honey.
Thanks, Sasha.
We'll be right back.